All right, there. I just want to give you explanation of how the thing is, how that design is. Now, take for instance that this is your normal top. This is your normal button-down top. You understand? This is your collar, your sleeve. You understand? This is your normal button-down top, right? This is the button space. Now, when you want to sew that design, after cutting the front, normally you don't cut everything for your button down top. You don't cut the front, the back, the sleeve, but you never cut the collar. The collar will be the last thing you will do, right? Now, what you will do is you place the front together like this. Make sure that that button space, they should be on top of each other, like the way normal button down shirt, just the front. When you place the front on your table like this, you bring in another fabric, like the fabric that you want to use for that design, right? When you bring in the fabric you want to use for that design, you place the fabric on top of the front of your normal button down shirt. When you place the fabric on top, look at the way that design go now. You place the fabric on top, you cut this part, this part now, you cut it according to this part. Then for the sleeve, for the armhole part, you cut it according to the armhole part. Then for this side, this shoulder part, you cut it according to the shoulder part. Then when you get to this shoulder points, you will now shaping it like this. If you look at the picture, you will see that this is the way they shaping it. When you get to the shoulder point, you shaping it like this. Come this other part like this, right? That's for the material. You need to turn it to do that design. You shaping it like this. Then from this down, you shaping it like this as well. You understand? Now, after shaping it like this, if you this part now is the other fabric that you placed on top of. If you remove it now, this other part now will be that different fabric that you'll be using for the design. This part will be that different fabric that you'll be using for the design, right? Now, this design that you cut out for this front of this the design, now you will cut another one again. You will now place it on another fabric, cut another one you'll be using to turn it. Now, if you want to turn it, see where you will turn. You will turn this part, you will turn this part, but you will not turn this part, you will not turn this part, you will not turn this part. You understand? So when you want to sew it on your top, before sewing, you just sew it on top of this other part of the shirt. You sew it on top of it like this. You mash it on top of it like after turning it to, you mash it on top of it like this. Then mash it on top of your shoulder like that. Then when you mash it on top of your shoulder, you continue sewing your shirt. Make sure you mash it on top of it before you sew the shoulder. You understand? Now, after sewing your shirt, after sewing everything, your button space will be normal. Then you will now put one button here on this part. You will now place one button here. If you see the design, there's one button here. So if your client wants to wear the design now, after wearing the cloth, they will button the cloth normal. They will not put this on. They will not place this design on top. They will not button it separate on the top. Yeah. I believe with this explanation you can get it. But then again, if you cannot get it, still tell me. I will explain further.